The shame you feel for not being where society told you that you should be, that shame is built on a lie. And the same thing happens in our stories. We think we're behind when really, we're just in a different chapter. No one gets to tell you where you should be in life. Only you and your creator get to make that decision. Today, let's reframe what we were taught about failure and starting over. Hello, fiction babes and storytellers. Welcome to another episode of Habits of a Writer, the podcast where we talk about the good habits that lead to a finished manuscript. I'm your host, Portia Levette, novelist, indie author of 2 published novels, and currently working on the 3rd draft of my 3rd novel. Society has a way of making us feel like we just aren't enough. I grew up being told success equaled a house, 2 cars, and a 6-figure income. But who decided that? Were you and I included in that meeting? And who does it benefit is the real question. This is your story, your one life to live. And just like any story, it can be rewritten. By the time I turned 50, I thought about all the lessons I learned. And what I realized was this: I lived a lot of my adult life attempting to play by the rules, to fit into the box created by others. That was the answer to why am I so miserable? I was allowing others to write my story, to tell me how to be a woman, a mom, and a partner. In my first published novel, I wrote a character named Phaedra Escobar. She became my outlet, the personality I wanted to adopt in my 30s. As writers, we do this all the time. We give our characters the courage we're still trying to find. But here's the thing: living vicariously through our characters is not living. Now that I'm 56, I understand that I thought I was being responsible. But now I'm watching my kids work jobs that they hate just to pay the bills. That shows me I should have taught them to dream and create a life worth living. This is why transformation stories matter so much, because we're not just watching them, we're looking for proof that change is possible for us too. The characters may be fiction, but the experiences are real. This is where I will say again, our generation needs to share their stories. We've been there, done that, lived to tell about it, willing to share with others how to do the same. Gen X isn't just latchkey kids growing up on microwavable TV dinners. We're the survivors of dreams that we were told were not real jobs. I get the fear of taking action on something that you were told was a waste of your time. But here's my truth: if I leave it up to someone else to write the story, they're going to get it wrong. They don't have my voice, my experiences, or my vision. How do you approach starting over from lived experiences? Step 1, take inventory. I wrote a blog post titled 50 Things I've Learned in 50 Years on my website. I did this because on my 50th birthday, I was feeling like I had done nothing to brag about. After finishing the list, I realized that I had done some stuff. Just like when I tell you to stay a little longer with the story, this is no different than looking at your manuscript. You have more there than you think. You just haven't taken the time to see it. And what that showed me was this: when we focus only on what went wrong, we miss everything that went right. Honing in on all the mistakes made me forget the accomplishments. When you take inventory, don't just list all the accomplishments, but take a look at the lessons on the way. The book Atomic Habits teaches us to improve 1% every day, but just imagine the percentage over the last 50 plus years. Step 2, ask for what you really want. Too often we put others ahead of us, probably because that is how we were raised. We were told not to be selfish. This moment in time is yours. You finally get to choose you. I feel like I spent so much of my adult life chasing happiness just to find out that if I'd stood still long enough to look around me, I would have seen it was already there. The real question to ask here is this what I want or what someone told me I should want? Because in every story, the character has to want something. One thing I've learned about myself is that I don't need the name brands to feel rich like the magazines kept trying to show me. All I really need is some good hiking boots and a trail I can get lost on. Surrounding myself with trees and dirt is the rich life for me. Step three, heal yourself, not others. In 1988, Kieran White released a song called Superwoman, where she reminded us in the chorus, I'm not your superwoman. One of my biggest flaws, I'm always trying to fix everyone else. Instead, I need to look within and let go of the eldest daughter syndrome and concentrate on myself. Because, just like our characters, we can't move forward if we're carrying everything and everyone. We have to let go of the shitting we guilt ourselves into. You've done your job of raising the kids. You've climbed the corporate ladder. You've supported everyone. At some point, you have to love on yourself. Find your trail to get lost on, whatever it may be. Give yourself permission to be the you that you've been living vicariously through others. Step four, take action. The road to purgatory is paved with good intention. Have you made a plan? Great. One of my favorite things is the developing and planning stage. But at some point, you have to take action. Decisions move stories forward, and they move your life forward too. You have to step out of the comfort zone and do the thing. Let go of how it should look and be okay with building while learning. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about midlife is that we know everything. No, we don't. And that's okay. We don't need to. What we need to what we do need to understand is this. We're not waiting on permission anymore. Because at the end of the day, action doesn't require permission. It requires a decision. I started this year off with the goal to join Toastmasters to improve my ability to speak. It took me until a week ago to finally sign up. We know the answer. We just need to tell ourselves that we will be okay and take that step. And how does all of this fit into writing? We are storytellers, and the first story we write is our own. Those fiction worlds we build have a secret meaning to them. They are the places we want to be. The lives we long for are built in our characters. It's time to take it off the screen and make it real. Starting over isn't about starting from scratch. It's about starting from experiences. Give yourself permission to walk a path that has been calling you for years. Your habit this week? Ask yourself what you really want. Then make a plan to achieve it. And don't forget the most important part. Take action on that plan. Because life isn't about living other people's dreams. It's about living ours. Hey, if you're new here and looking for tips on writing, how to build a sustainable writing life, and talk all things writing, then I'm so glad we found each other. I'll be here every Tuesday with a new episode, so be sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you found inspiration from this episode, be sure to share it with another writer friend who may need to be inspired also. Until next time, happy writing, my friends. Again, my name is Portia Lee Vett, and this is Habits of a Writer.